Hello, this is a quick little video on the Guide RSC brakes. If you have the same problem as me, which is the sticking piston issue, you have probably already seen videos online on how to strip it down and rebuild the brake lever itself. And they are very good videos. But the problem is, if you have the same problem as me, you cannot actually finish the job because I have the contact adjustment completely jammed. It will not move. So if this contact adjustment will not move at all, you cannot remove this part of it and you cannot take out the piston because it all disassembles from this way down to the piston, and then the piston comes out through the internal bore of the housing. If that's in the way, because that is obviously a solid lump there, that is what's driving the piston. You can see this is the micro adjustment here, and that's what gives you that little in-out contact adjustment as you turn this around. If that is stuck in there, you cannot obviously take that out. So I was a bit stuck. What I done was, well, what I first done was, is I had only bought 2 new pistons for £10, which I thought was okay, no problem. But I did not have the tool to remove this. There is a special little SRAM tool, which is shaped like this, and I will show you it here. And this is the special SRAM tool with the shape that you can put inside and then turn out your contact adjustment. I tried it because I went ahead and then bought the kit afterwards. It still wouldn't come out. It was completely jammed, so jammed. I tried penetrant in there, and I would recommend anybody that does that, or anybody that has this problem, to first start by doing that. Remove this T10 Torx bolt from your reservoir here, and inside of here, just above the contact adjustment, you have a ball bearing and a spring. This is what's controlling it, and that's what gives you the little click, click, click as you're turning it around. So yes, remove this bolt here with the T10 Torx bit, drip some penetrant down, and fingers crossed you can then start to move it. If you cannot, you can try with some grips, some kind of pliers, but the problem is that this is made of a very light aluminium alloy, and as soon as you put grips on it, you will lose the shape of it, and it will probably become oval, and then it just makes it even worse to turn. So yeah, good luck with that. But if it does not work, you will have to go to the extreme measures that I did, and I will show you right now. I had to drill a hole straight through mine, and by drilling the hole straight through it, I could then put a pick in, and then I could crack it around with a pick. So yes, you would have to drill a hole straight through there on a horizontal. Obviously do not damage the body of the brake. So a small drill straight through everything, straight through the other side, put a pick in, crack it off, and then you can then clean it up a little bit and remove it as you normally would through this way. And like I say, using this tool helps a lot when it comes to that. What I will also say is, when I first bought this piston, that's all I got was 2 pistons for £10. I realized I should have just spent £30 and bought the full kit, because with the full kit you get the tool, you get the actual reservoir bladder, which you will need if you're going to open up the reservoir, and I recommend you do that because this also stretches, this rubber, and you do need to replace that. You get the little bushings that go inside of here, which go in there, and that's for that little pivot pin. You also get the pivot pin as well. You get 2 new bleed screws, and you also get a couple of covers as well for the actual brake ends. So you may as well, you also get the little ball bearing and a screw as well. And as you can see, all of these are starting to look a little bit worn, a little bit rusty. So you may as well buy the kit for the 30 odd pounds instead of buying just the individual pistons. And I would recommend that, but that's obviously entirely up to you. The tools that you do need, which are already covered in other videos, you've got an 8mm open-ended spanner, and that's to take off the end of the brake line. You have a T8 Torx bit, and you will also need the T10 Torx bit, and that's pretty much it. Once you've got this and those, that's pretty much it really. If you do want, you can grab yourself a little pair of small pliers, not pliers, what do you call these little things? Yeah, these little things, forget the name. I'm finishing night shift, so I'm sorry, I'm not really thinking too straight. So yeah, that's all I need really. What I will say is this is the problem that I actually have inside of my SRAM brakes, and because the piston is being pushed in, the spring is compressing and it's not retracting. Hopefully you can see why. This is the new piston on the left, that's the old piston on the right. Now this is not just the camera angle. What you can actually see here, hopefully, is that the rubbers on this one here, the old one, are far bigger than the rubbers on that one. And that is just what happens over time when you have rubber sitting inside of hydraulic fluid. I have seen online that people say the actual plastic, the white parts of the piston itself, is swelling up due to the heat, and you may get that. I'm sure you probably do get that in very, very sunny climates. It's a black brake, it's going to soak up a lot of heat, and possibly you will get the plastic itself swelling up. But over here in England, maybe not so much, but we still have the same problems, and that is the hydraulic fluid itself is causing the rubbers to swell up and it just jams. So yeah, that's what it looks like when you take them out, old versus new. And that is pretty much it, I think. There's nothing else that I can really say. Obviously just use a little bit of IPA, isopropyl alcohol, to clean it all down once you've finished taking it apart, and just make sure everything's nice and clean and you've got no bits of dirt in there, because you are obviously opening up the bore of where the piston will be sitting, and you will be accessing all of this internal, and you do not want anything in there. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Hopefully I have covered any problems that you do have with the Guide RSC brakes and the problem that I have, and you can see that I need to work on this one next. I hope penetrant will work, but I probably will need to drill it. It's not a very easy job, and I do not want to do it, but if I have to, I will. Okay, hope this helps. Good luck. See you Friday.